Press the wrong button and then record at all.
The first episode.
You know how to press?
It's the side button there.
Is it
Okay.
recording?
Yeah.
Because she finished the whole lesson, never record.
No, it's on top it says REC already. Where?
Sure.
Where?
Okay, so we're going to start with the chapter on sets. Okay, so what exactly are sets? Right? In maths, there's a proper way to actually define what is considered a set. Okay, so a set is actually used to describe a collection of items or a collection of things. Okay, so there are two conditions to say that something is a set. The items must be well defined, or rather the set must be well defined, and they must be distinct objects. Okay, so if we briefly look at page 4 of our textbook, right? Okay, page 4 in the classroom discussion, point number 1, it says that let H, alright, so sometimes we will use a capital letter, or most of the time we will use a capital letter to describe a certain or denote a certain set itself. So having this set H, right, if you want to let it be the collection of all the handsome boys in the class, okay, so is H actually a set? Okay, so the answer is that H is not a set, right, because what Teresa determines as handsome boys might not be the same as how Annie determines it. Okay, so it is actually not well defined. So therefore, not a set. Okay, since it is subjective. Okay. Then after that, number 2, okay, let T be a collection of two identical pens. How should we list the elements of T? So if the two pens are actually the same, so for example, if I have two black markers, right, how do I actually put it as a set? Right? If I name one, if marker is like M and M, right? Okay, so can I have a set to be maybe M and M? Yeah. Or usually when we write a set, we write with curly brackets. Okay? Or do we write it like that? Or should we differentiate the two markers, M1 and M2? Okay? So the thing is that because in this case, one of the questions is, are the elements M and P distinct? So in this case, M and M distinct. Okay, so M and M, right, these two are the same letter, right? Okay, so there's no distinction between them. So in this particular case, it is not distinct. Elements are not distinct, so therefore not a set. Okay. Whereas in this case, if we say that okay, since we are both the same, then I just have one labeling M, right? But this description does not actually fit the way that this set is being defined, which is a collection of two pens. But down here we will count this as only one item. Okay, so then this is a poor description already. Then this might be better because there's two distinct objects now, okay, to differentiate the two items. Then after that, in question number 3, it is asking if we let S be the set of letters in the word clever, alright, how do we list out all these elements? Okay, so because they are supposed to be distinct in this case and it's the set of the letters, right? Okay, the letters used is only C, L, E, V and R. Alright, although E is counted twice, okay, but based on the description, okay, the set should be defined in this way.
E1.
No, because we don't write E1, E2 here. Any questions so far? Okay, let's look at another example. If I describe a set to be, let S be the set of all the vowels in the English alphabet. Okay, so therefore, to list out, okay, so S is equals to curly bracket A, E, I, O, U. Right? Yeah. No. I mean the alphabet is A to Z. You don't sing your alphabet song as small a, then big A, then small b, big B, right? Okay, so certain notations that you need to recognize when we talk about sets is that, okay, we know that A, okay, is part of this set. We say that A is an element of. Right, so all these are elements of the particular set S. Okay, so we say A is an element of S, and notation wise, we can write the small letter A is an element of, it's like a C and then with a stroke in the center, is an element of S. Okay, so that is how we will describe it. Okay, we know that B is not part of this set, so if you want to say that B is not an element of, okay, we can write B, same symbol, just that you put a cross over it, just like how you write not equals to. And then after that, it is important for us to also know the number of elements in the set. So the number of elements in this set is 5. Okay, there are 5 different elements inside the set. Okay, so a notation to represent that, okay, would be N bracket S. So number of elements in S. Okay, this refers to number of elements. So in this particular case, the number of elements of S is equals to 5. Yes. It must be letter N. Small letter. Textbook page 3. Practice now. Question 1. Okay, so it says says that A is the set of even positive integers less than 10. Okay, and then in part A, they ask you to list out all these elements. So what are all these elements? They are found in this set as described. What are the elements? Is 0 a positive even integer? No, but they treat it like that. Okay, 0 is even, 0 is an integer, but it is not positive, neither is it negative. Okay, so therefore it is 2, 4, 6, 8. Right? In this case, it says less than 10, so does not equal 10. Very quickly, out of these 4, which is true and which is false? It is an element of A. Huh? This one is true. True, false. False. Okay. Second one? Oh. Yeah, sorry, true. Very good, you are alert. Okay, so out of all these 4 numbers over here, are they an element of A or not? So part 1, yes or no? It is an element, right? So it's an element of A. 5 is yes, no, no. Like that? Looks like that.
Not so straight. Yeah.
So this one.
Oh, C.
Yeah. Stroke.
This is horizontal.
Yeah, like the textbook, the way it seems. This is the method.
It looks like E.
Yeah, it's supposed to look like an element of E. Element. Okay. So question 2, if we have a set B, okay, in this case they did not list down all the elements, right? But you can definitely tell what are the elements supposedly inside this set. Okay, and then they want you to find the number of elements of this set. So how many are there? 10. Any questions? Are we all okay with this so far? There can be decimals inside. Okay, inside the set itself, it can be letters, it can be decimal, it can be symbols. Alright, yeah. So as long as it is a collection of things that are well defined and distinct objects. Okay, so it doesn't restrict what kind of things you can have in the set.
You can have integer and
Yeah, so it depends on how you define the set. Okay, so later on we will look at describing the set itself. Okay, then after that we look more into other uses of sets later on in the chapter. Okay, yes, episode 1.